Yo, what up? I welcome you all. It's your boy, Roman. So, yeah, let's see what we have here today. The topic is unemployment, AI, how we getting laid off, how we getting replaced, all that good stuff or not that good stuff. So, yeah, the background is has changed. So, there will be some changes coming, but I wanted to upload and here I am. So, if you like the background, that's cool. But yeah, we probably all been there. We all got laid off of a job and everything. But like, I think now we have a big problem on our hands. I mean, the whole community, the whole conglomerate of people, everybody in the northern hemisphere, in the more developed countries, especially. I mean, like, we're not talking about the less developed countries because, yeah, stuff is stuff is being manufactured there, but in the end, it's not being used there. It's being used in the more developed country like the US, Europe, Asian countries, of course, China, China. And yeah. And I think like it's absolutely wild that like we've been sending out applications after application. That's the first thing I want to like set my point to. I mean like I will be comparing some Switzerland statistics to the world and like talk about like how we feel it here because like everybody's talking about the US because the US is like the like the center of the universe, right? I mean like what else? So yeah, we're talking a lot about a lot of few stuffs and man, I'm new to that stuff, so just like let's get right into it. I'll be learning what I'm doing. So yeah, I've been searching like for a few topics like to react to, but like it's nothing really new, right? So let's go. I mean, like we've experienced like a small increase. I think like it's yeah, it yeah. We experienced like a small increase with the unemployment rate in Switzerland. Like you can see here, it's like it went up from 2.8 to 2.9 from September 25 to October 25. So October is 2.9 and September was 2.8. I mean, like it's a small increase, right? So I guess that's just some stuff. I mean, like the RUF, that's the regional unemployment center that we use there. But like I experienced the same thing. I mean, like I was close to my bachelor degree, but I stopped it because like I was educating myself in a department which is yeah, it's drying out. The stuff is not working. So I want to react to what she has to say, like that, especially like the people who want to work, the people who like put everything in their hands, like to move forward, they're being replaced. Like we all see it, like the sheeps. They stay in position that we don't like. They rule over us. They are above us, and all that stuff. And let's see what she has to say because, like, I really, really can. I feel with that title, it spoke to me. So I think that's a good video. But before we get into the video, I just want to see like what our economy has to yap about. Like in short, like we have like 700 applications on one single job. That's insane. That's insane. Like in the early days, it was maybe 7 to 10, right? But now you have like people with master degrees, bachelor's degrees, with everything like, and you have like newcomers and everything. There is almost no way for you to find employment. While in the meantime, like studies shows exactly that hard work isn't really enough for promotion. It's not. I mean, like you experience it. Like companies pay less. They start to pay less. They want you to work more or like the same amount. They want like to really like squeeze every dollar out of you, or like every franc. We got francs. They really want to squeeze every drop out of you, and that's the kind of stuff that, yeah, people are getting exhausted by it, and that's just not how it should work. Companies are really what we experienced in 2008 will be nothing compared to like maybe 2025 or 2030. What? Mark my words. That video will age like fine wine. But yeah,
Chad is doing none of the work and he is untouchable. Why does the system reward laziness? Well, bestie,
that's a
grab your
good
tea
question.
because we are going to be spilling the 4 reasons why lazy people get job security and promotions while you get stuck doing their work. Once you see how these dynamics
Unfortunately,
really
that's
work,
true.
you're never going to unsee it. At one of my corporate jobs, I worked with the laziest person I ever encountered. Let's call him Kyle. Kyle was actually a nice guy. I had no problem with him as a person. But as a coworker, he did F all. Our team was drowning.
I can
Everyone was doing
relate.
the work of at least 3 people because the company was committed to doing more with less. Everyone got it, and everyone did
More with
everything
less.
that they could do to contribute to the team except for Kyle. Kyle would casually stroll in whenever he felt like it, chat for about a half an hour, wander out for coffee, and finally find a quiet place to do some work. And anytime I walked by, all he was doing was watching YouTube videos. And not work related ones like this one. My videos are obviously professional development and should be watched at work, right? But that's not what he was
Should
doing.
be.
He was
I
like
am at
watching
work.
basketball highlights. His individual work was fairly siloed, so most of the time we just rolled our eyes at Kyle and powered through our jobs. That said, we did have some collaborative projects, and in these, Kyle did as little as possible. He would push back on taking responsibilities because he was so busy. And when he
But like I experienced that as well. I mean, like every superior, everybody, like they were all busy. They couldn't figure it out. I mean, like in my last job, I mean, I was close to a promotion, but he chose an exterior guy. I mean, like didn't know the people, who didn't know the process of the company, and the new guy messed everything up. I mean, like in the end, I didn't even want the promotion. He didn't come to me and try to offer me again, but I wouldn't have picked it. And it's crazy. It's absolutely crazy because I was an active thinker. They don't want you to think. They want you to just to work and like to live in their environment. And if you say something active about it, you out. But meanwhile, they really want you to think critically, analyze stuff. Ah, it's a toilet show.
did agree to take something on, it didn't matter how clear the task and the timeline were. 9 times out of 10, he was not going to do it. And we'll come back to that 1 time out of 10 in just a minute. Of course, my coworkers and I would have to pick up his slack and blame. What was even worse, though, was when his individual responsibilities were not being met, somehow we were getting stuck dealing with the problems. And we were being held accountable for his F ups. Knowing what I know now, though, it
That's
makes
true.
perfect sense. Because here's the thing, you're like
They don't
me,
want you
you're
to
a high
think.
achiever, and part of that involves being a good teammate. You don't think twice about stepping in to help when needed. And if we're being real honest, you're probably a little bit of a people pleaser, but that's a conversation for a whole other video.
The people please the thing. Yeah, yeah,
Point is this,
yeah.
if we were to pull up your performance review evaluation material, scoring is a no brainer. You're exceeding expectations in every single checkbox, and you pride yourself on this. But
Yeah, that's true. And I'm a reflective person. So everything she said makes absolutely sense. Yeah, yeah, that's true. I mean, like lazy people. I mean, like I don't want to play through the whole video because it's not that deep what she's talking about. I mean, like she's using some, but yeah. lowballing salaries. I mean, like that's another point. I mean, like I'm scratching the surface of like a few points, but I just want to like gather my thoughts and maybe do a continuous video on that if y'all don't mind. Want to replace people with AI. So let's see what he has to say. I mean, like we all heard about Amazon trying to lay off 600,000 employees until like next quarter. So that's absolutely wild. I mean, like, how can you do that? I mean, like, yeah, from a business perspective, it's absolutely correct to lay off that many people because, like, in every company, people and their salaries are the biggest expense. Absolutely the biggest. There's no denying or like discussing it. But still, I mean, like the people make what the company is today. The people are the company. The people we make everything and we destroy everything. So, and I think it's gonna get there will be a big destruction. He told me IBM as well. That's a big company. And if we says IBM has already replaced hundreds of workers, but they promise to create new ones as well. While we have done a huge amount of work inside the IBM on leveraging AI and automations on certain enterprise workflows, our total employment has gone up. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I mean, like you have to school those people. You have to like take you have to be willing to like spend a lot of money to like school these people in a different area to like make them gain knowledge and stuff. So then we find out that salaries are like, yeah, they we're being lowballed. I have a friend who just finished. Uh, he's about to finish a master in like software engineering or whatever, and his friend, yeah, she had it as well, and her lowest offer was like 4K. I mean, like imagine that, 4K. You go to college, you go to university, you're trying to like blah blah blah, get on top of each other, like get out at the top. But in the end, you start at the bottom, while like wasting almost 10 years on school, and yeah, let's be honest, not getting anything. And that's the thing. So what she says is absolutely true. Lazy people are being promoted like the sheeps. We see it. I see it when I was working in construction. There were guys like they were dragging on the work. They wanted overtime. They wanted like almost spent the whole day at the construction site. And I'm like, bro, can we finish that in 6 hours? Y'all people can stay there if you want, but I got a family at home. I want to go home. I want to, what is that? What is that? I don't want to spend my day at the job site or like in the office. What is that? Denzel Washington said it the best, the actor, and he said it the best. I'd rather pick the 3 hour garbage man than 8 hours office, because like the 3 hours garbage man, he has an 8 hour shift as well, but he can finish in the three and then go home, spend the rest of the day, but he's getting paid those eight. But the office guy, he sits there for like I don't know 8 hours, has maybe 3 hours of work, maybe one call, maybe one meeting, wasting time, wasting time. That's not me. That's not me. And then the last one I got, I was unemployed for like 9 months. I was ghosted, even though I was a university graduate. Like I was in university. I was close to graduating. I needed a job to get further. I got one eventually, like an internship, small one. But in the end, like I got replaced because they wanted to cut costs. They wanted to really, yeah, lowball everything. And I was getting paid like 60% of a normal wage here. 60% internship rates, right? but I was almost doing 120% of the work. 120%. Imagine that. And the mind-blowing thing about it is I would have done it. I would have done all the work. Yeah, people from school, they have so much problem. ETH, that's like top 10 university in the world, and it's right here in Zurich. Like I'm close to Zurich, but that's every, not getting more. Yeah, AI replaces easy tasks, and that's the thing. I had an internship. What does an internship mean? An internship means basically I'm learning the basic tasks. But how can I find a job which offers basic tasks if like almost all of the jobs being replaced by AI because AI can do basic tasks. They don't need people and they don't need to pay AI. So that's a big problem, bro. That's a big problem. And if you can teach people, guess what, bro? You can teach AI. You can teach AI. And that's wild. If you can teach AI, I mean, like, you don't have to pay AI, but you can teach him. So I wanted to, like, yeah, set foot in that department. Like, I wanted that to, yeah, I was really like Betriebswirtschaft. That was my study. But see, at the university in my province, they say it was commonly for them not to get a job. And I mean, oh bro, there's so many thoughts in my head, and I really need to like construct them. But can you guys tell me how can you find an internship if basic tasks are being replaced by AI? And watch them do more. Watch them replace not basic tasks. Watch them replace crazy tasks. The stuff is just wild. Stuff is just wild, and I'm not quite sure where that will lead us. I mean, like 2008 crash. Ah, that's wild, bro. That's 20. What is that? What is that? Uh, bro. Economical. People use AI today for everything. I mean, like, look at me. I'm asking him a question. What do you think? They think. Yeah, watch him respond in Swiss German. My bad, boys. Yeah, good critical question. And yes, there's there's some voices that like lean to that theory that there will be a far worse economical crash than the one in 2008. So, überhitzte Märkte Bubble. Manche Analysten warnen vor einer Alles-Bubble-Aktientech. Persönlich eher vorsichtig und nicht gleich eine Weltuntergang. Yeah, yeah. I mean, like in 2008, there was like a different type of crisis, right? But today there will be a different type of crisis. Now it's about AI and stuff. Back then it was about bank debts and houses and stuff. I think there will be. I think there will be. My expectation probably. I think. Yeah, not really keen on that. But the school breeds workers. The school doesn't breed. The school doesn't breed thinkers. They breed workers. That's why you got like English, math, those basic subjects. Asmongold said it the best. They were basic subjects, so just the people like they can survive and work for the elites. Like the Board of Education was funded in 1903 by Rockefeller. So they want us to work. And I think like robots, I mean like Tesla robots will be in every household in like 10 years. It will be normal to have like such yeah, a slave at home almost, bro. It's crazy. It's crazy that we have these kind of things going on. But like imagine like if the people are being replaced by AI, but if AI was getting paid and the people could use that money. So that if I get a robot, he can work there, I get the money. That'd be fair. So we all had free time. But I think there will be like a absolutely chaotic overthrow of like work spaces and work whatever that people will always work from home. I mean, like we learned it from COVID. COVID showed us that we can do it. We can work from home without any problems. So I think like everybody has to like really defend or like to really fend for themselves. That everybody is like some sort of like digital, not creator, but like that we have like our online realm where we can earn money and like businesses will work will be run by AIs, by computers, like Cyberpunk. Because people always ask if people are getting fired and replaced, who will be there left to buy? An economy cannot function without anybody, without any buyers. You can't sell if there's nobody there to buy. And if like three-quarters of the world is unemployed or like, I don't know, the Great Reset, all those stuff that we've been seeing the last few years. So I had a big problem with the that stuff. And AI is gonna crash real hard. And a lot of people, I mean, like in those 20 years, we got like maybe like 10, 20 years left. Maybe. I think that's a pretty high goal. But I think we'll be done earlier because now CEOs are like, yeah, between 40 and 60, 70, whatever. But when they all pass and when they all go into retirement and whatever, and the new generation of CEOs hits and everything is run by now young people, but then old people, we have a shit show on our hands. Believe that. And if people are not willing to learn something with the AI and computer and electronics, you'll be left behind. And there's no denying that. You'll be left behind. Yeah. I don't know what you people think about that. I will definitely make a follow-up video. And but I just wanted to like to hit the record button and throw my thoughts out there. Maybe you guys can do something, can work with them, but if not, we cool, man. Um, I would like to hear what you guys, if you guys experience that as well, like in your surrounding, in your family, maybe with yourselves, and let me know. With that being said, see you later, boys.